Hello, friends. My name is Steven, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you um, the latest version of Burp Suite and the difference between an enterprise Burp Suite, a professional Burp Suite, and the community version. So let me launch my Burp Suite. Okay, so this is my Burp Suite. I'm using the community version, so I'm starting up my Burp Suite. So I'm using version 2.1.01. So this is the latest version of Burp Suite, and it's a temporary project, as you can see here. So they are just observing it to know um, if it will bring any issue. So right here is the interface of the new latest version of Burp Suite. So the former version wasn't looking that interesting. Um, so we have here um, some beautiful nice interface, issue activity pro version only. You can only see that on the professional version of Burp Suite. So right here you see the event log will be displayed here, the critical error information and debug all will be displayed on this segment. On this other segment, we have the tasks. So all your tasks will be viewed here, the running one, the ones that you've paused, and the ones that has finished, all will be displayed right here. So you can create a new live task and edit the different parameters, your proxy, your repeater, your intruder. You can set your parameters here. So this have a live passive crawler. Right here you have the choose predefined tags, add all items requested on proxy. So right here you set that. So under this section you have the URL scope, define which items are processed by live tags based on their URL. So you can specify your scope of what you are testing on. So you have the duplication here. You can also check this button, ignore duplicate items, and you know so this is under the scan details. So right here we have the scan configuration. You can configure what you want to see on your scan by highlighting the form submission. If the website you are crawling or you are testing has form, you know you check this box, and you know if you want to add other URLs, you have to check this box also. But if you want to be more specific, you have to know if you are using the item itself or the same domain. You have to um, check this button. So once you are done, you click saved, and you're done. So this is the resource pool. Right here you have all the resource you are crawling will be displayed here, and it has a very beautiful interface. So we have the selected resource pool, maximum current request, delay between requests. Everything will be viewed on this resource pool. So going to back to my Burp Suite interface. So right here we have the limited tabs, which was not in the previous version. So we have our dashboard. Right here we have our targets. So we have our targets tab here where we see our scope and our issue definitions. So Bob Suite has defined all issues based on their priorities or severities, either high, low, medium, or critical. So the information is displayed here. and the different names of the issues, SQL, command injection, and all others. So everything is listed here, and it's very pretty much resourceful, because when you're reporting a bug, you can just come right here and get your any useful information that is associated to the bug that has been found on the web application or the mobile application. So right here in each of the issue name, you say the description, the remediation, vulnerability classification. So the typical severity is that high, low, medium, or critical, then type index. So everything has been made simple for bug hunters or security analysts. So right here on this tab is the proxy. Once you launch Burp Suite, automatically the intercept is on. So you have to switch it off for you to use the browser. So we have the HTTP history under the proxy. We have the WebSocket history that is displayed here, and options to specifically drill down um, to what you want on uh, the the test. So the next tab is the intruder, which is quite the same with what we have in the previous version. We have the positions, the payloads, the same, quite similar, and the options quite similar to the previous version. So we have the repeater, we have the sequencer, and under the sequencer we have live capture, which is this manual load and analysis option. So quite similar to the previous version. We have the decoder. The decoder is also quite similar to the previous version. Nothing has changed. So right here we have the decode as plain URL, HTML base 4, 64-bit, and the rest. And encode as this, and quite similar to what we have in the previous version. So the next tab is the comparer. Under the comparer, we have this display where you can compare hashes, and this function lets you to do a word or byte level comparison between different data. So you can compare different data. Once you get the data, you paste it here, and you load um, whatever hashes you want to compare it with, and to know if something has changed. So the next tab is the extender. The extender, we have this extension. We have the Bob App Store, where you have the different like plugins to Bob Suite. So we have all of them listed here, and you can manually install them using this button. You can rate each plugins, and you can see here the popularity of each of these plugins, how popular they are and how less popular they are. So you can also see the last updated version of each of them, and the details in each of these different plugins, what they do. You can see right here we have the active scan plus plus, which you can see the description listed here, and you have a lot of plugins right here. So for you to know more about the plugins that you would love to use, you just click on each one here to know in details. So the next is the APIs, which includes all the APIs that is associated with Burp Suite. So the next one is the option. Right here, you have the settings in Java environment, Python environment, if you are working with a specific environment. The next tab is the project option. So this project option, you can actually, platform authentication. You can select your SOC proxy, your upstream proxy server, your timeout, and the rest. So So we have the HTTP, XSL, the session, and the mix. So we all have them here. Then the user option where you can select the XSL if it has the XSL certificate, display, and the mics and connection also. You can see all that under this section. So let's quickly go to the difference between the community version and the enterprise version or the professional version. So we have here, you can read that up on the browser, but let me just quickly show you in this video. So right here we have Burp Suite editions. So this is the enterprise um, edition, the professional, and the community. The community is the popular one, which is absolutely free. Then the community version, you only have the essential manual tools, just the essential manual tools. So you don't have the opportunity to use the advanced manual tools, which you can get in the professional version, and also the web vulnerability scanner, which you can also get in the professional version. However, in the professional version, you can use the CI integration, that is continuous integration CI. You can use the unlimited scalability. You can use the schedule and report scans. However, the professional version is goes for $399, so approximately $400 per user per year. You know, while in the enterprise version is just $3,999, just $4,000 approximately. So in the enterprise version, you don't have the opportunity to use the essential manual tools and the advanced manual tools, which you can find in the professional, but you can also use the web vulnerability scanner. So the enterprise version is just for, as the name goes, enterprise is for enterprise usage. So as a security professional, if you're a learner, you go for the community version, get to know and understand how to use Burp Suite. Then once you have mastered the tools, use of Burp Suite, you can use the professional version for you if you want to advance in the use of Burp Suite. So let me quickly go down to the difference between the different versions of Burp Suite. So right here, the community versions, we have um, all this listed here, what the community versions can do. And on the professional version, we have um, we have this also listed on the features of the professional version. So we have, let me just quickly, show you the difference in the different versions. So the professional version have the advanced manual tools, which you don't have in the manual in the community version, which is listed here. So what you get using the professional version is use Burp Suite project files to save your work. So once you are you want to take a break, you're done with your project for the day, you can save it and continue the next day or the next time you turn on your computer, which you don't have in the community version. So use of configuration library, you can also configure and use the Burp Suite library in the professional version. View real-time feedback of all discovered vulnerabilities on Burp Suite central dashboard, so which I showed you earlier. Let me show you. So this is the dashboard of Burp Suite. So you can view all these on the professional version. You can see here it stated issue activity professional version only. So um, you can view it in real time. So in the professional version, you can also have you can place manual insertion point at arbitrary location within requests to inform the scanner about non-standard input and data format. So you can do that manually. For the professional version, you can do that. Use live scanning as you use browsing. As you browse to fully control what action are carried out for what request. So these are the special privileges you have while using the professional version. So Bob can optionally report all reflected and stored inputs. So it has been designed in a way to intelligently understand um, your project and give you an intelligent report. So let me quickly rush down to this other um, other privilege using professional Burp Suite. You can export beautifully formatted HTML reports of discovered vulnerabilities, which was not in the previous version. This beautiful display is not in the community version. So right here you have the CSRF um, POC generator. You know, we you have this right here. This is the dashboard. I can't show you on the this is just an image of what uh, the CSRF POC generation function can do. So you can also have intruder capture detailed attack results, which is displayed here on the professional version. We can also do content discovery function. You can do the target analyzing function and a whole lot of things you can do uh, with the advanced professional um, version of Bob Suite. So the web vulnerability scanner, which um, okay, let me see. Give me 1 second. This is it. So this is the web vulnerability scanner, which is not on the community version. So for me, when I will advise you for you to learn how to use the scanning tools to use um, Zaprosy. Zaprosy has a beautiful way to scan, to crawl in a website. But once you've mastered how to use Zaprosy, um, you can use this is Zaprosy. I just launched it, so I just wanted to show you um, the scan process. Let's give it a while for it to load. So while it's loading, let me quickly show you the whole lot of things you can do with the professional versions. And so this is the OAuth Zap proxy. Okay, give it a while to come up. So while it's coming up, you can, you know, several wonderful things you can do with the professional version. So I will highly recommend you start with the community version if you are a learner, and once you've mastered the tools, you can now switch to the professional version. So the professional version is $400. If you can afford it, that is roughly 100 and um, let me check that in naira. How much is that in naira? A couple of 150,000 naira thereabout. Okay, let's say 400, $400, and it's 360. So 144,000 naira. So with 144,000 naira, you can subscribe to the professional version of Bob Suite, and you get to enjoy using the professional version. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do well to click the like button and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.